Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Valorant. And today we've got Florida Tech taking on once again Stony Brooks. Last time we did lose this matchup 1-2, but we're hoping to bring it back in these playoff rounds. I'm Kai, and I'm here joined by
Maxine, today's co-hoster.
And so far, shaping up to be a very similar start on Bind again. These teams have a history on this map. Hopefully, we're going to see something a little bit different, though, because Stony Brooks last time, I believe, did take the advantage on this map here. Hopefully, Florida Tech able to find an adaptation in the time they spent apart. So, Max, you were not here for the last time we played, but to give you a bit of a rundown, as memory serves, it was a pretty close first game. The second game was a bit of a blowout over on, I don't remember what map particularly for Stony Brook. And the third game, I believe the first game fell to Florida Tech, actually. Then the second two were both Stony Brook. So, Stony Brook, they're able to adapt to Florida Tech's more offensive-minded ideas. But that was also on Florida Tech's best map so far, Lotus. And with Lotus not being out of the map pool, we'll see if Stony Brook might have an advantage even just coming into this.
Another tack to the losing streak. Not a good sign.
Entering the buy round here, looking at the team comps, you see both teams here opting for the Brimstone Viper. Very strong double controller. A lot of map space that they can control with those two. Fade and Yoru actually. Now I'm noticing it, very similar comps. Only difference being a raise for Stony Brook and a Teo for Florida Tech.
Seems that Florida Tech is again settling for a full one-side push. Going for a B.
And looking at this now, it seems like we're going to have a very similar repeat as Stony Brook once again favoring this B Gardens. If you remember back a couple weeks ago to this original matchup, they spent a lot of time fighting here, and Florida Tech seems to have remembered their lessons that they learned. To give you a bit of a rundown here, Max, Stony Brook, they have this attack over on the on B Gardens there, where they have the Fade Prowler that pushes up. They have Yoru and Raze behind it, and then Raze usually likes to boombot to clear out the rest of it, and they get entire control over that little section and over the teleporter, which is a very large part of Bind.
Just a quick shock and awe. Taking center.
Not even just that, but they have all this control towards main. They can make executes here. As Fawcett on the other side is going to find the A main flank.
Seems that Komodo is stuck behind that wall.
Well, right now he's going to be looking for them to come out.
Ooh.
He's going to get the trade out with Sacred, but
and Fawcett is down.
They're going to rotate A, but do they know that? I believe that's Fawcett? Yeah, Fawcett, Satanic Monk over there. Oh, still on A. About to get into a fight with Yoru.
Ooh, Satanic down. It's advantage to Stony Brook.
2v3, but they do have positioning advantage here. Panda Nate going to look for one. Finds one in the open, but is not able to capitalize.
They really needed that kill.
And Sacred is going to get around. Going to find one. It's good 2v1 now.
That was a
little bit
good predict dodge there.
Minimal time left.
Scanning
Does
around.
have a spike.
Does not see the people behind him.
Is not going to find
shot
it.
in the back.
Stony Brook is going to take that initial pistol round. So far, shaping up very similar to what happened last time. We're going to see if Florida Tech maybe can find some way to deal with it. I mean, overall, the beginning was good. Florida Tech does seem to have a bit of an adaptation for that early aggression over on the B site. However, that A site, Yoru was able to get both of them.
Yeah, just better positioning, I think. Just that or not good comms that they didn't relay the.
True. And now Stony Brook's here with the weapon advantage as Florida Tech gonna try and play together, play the numbers. They're walking straight into a bunch of them.
Ooh. But Stony with that weapon advantage is holding down those corridors.
They are gonna be able to spray them through the smoke, and Komodo here is gonna be stuck alone.
Ooh. 2v5 is.
He's gonna fall. It's gonna be all up to Brimstone. There's not a whole lot that Fawcett's able to do.
Down.
And it's a flawless round from Stony Brook. Florida Tech, they're losing mostly to just the weapons disadvantage.
Yeah. They try to push that center hallway and then just were shot down in the open space.
But now it's Florida Tech's turn to have this weapon advantage here. Coming into this round, Stony Brook going to be trying to, now it's their turn to play the numbers, try and play together, maybe switch up the strats, catch Florida Tech off guard. We often find, especially with these higher level teams, that pistol rounds are often some of the most interesting because the teams, they switch up the strats. They do something unique It's a round they can afford to lose, so they just try anything.
The round to experiment with strategies, not to stick to a standard.
And we are going to see the Razor come out. He's going to find one, but he's going to get taken out by his own grenade. And with that, A is going to be left open just for Teo. But all alone against all
Komodo
four.
Surrounded. Ooh, gets one kill. Does he see the one around the corner?
And they're both going to get taken out by Mikhail. He's going to get that peek over on the corner.
Panda Nate trying to rush Mikhail, but unable to find success so far.
Sacred and Panda Nate here, 2v3 situation, but the spike is not down. And Satanic is going to fall to Gia. Panda Nate here going to have to find something.
He has a
And that's one.
good position. Can he capitalize it on it though? Spike is being planted.
Spike planted.
And with no util, it's a very tough position for Panda Nate to be in.
Oh,
And he doesn't notice G in the corner, and that's going to be 3 rounds in a row for Stony Brook. Overall, just out of position, out aimed, floor attack there, not able to really utilize their weapon advantage, it seemed.
no, Panda was just cornered there and just tried to get out to find some success, but Gia managed to shut that down rather quickly.
Now coming to this round, it's going to be floor attack. That was a very crucial round for them, and now their economy is in shambles. Going to be on pistol rounds. Like I said before, watch out for the pistol rounds. They can still get those one taps at the sheriffs, and they usually like to try different things.
Toxins going up.
So Stony Brook should try use that rage advantage they have to pressure them, but if Lord Tech can get in close, I think they definitely have a chance.
Toxin screen down.
And B so far, very quiet, but Stony Brook does get all that info and sees entirely open sight. As Amikil is the only one left. As Amikil and Viper 2 on A for Stony Brook.
I don't think any shots have been fired yet.
Small skirmish happening on B right now, I believe. As it's going to be Sacred Force back.
Toxin screen down.
Going to be a bit of a fight towards Showers. Not sure if Amikil's going to be ready for this. Because over on B, Satanic is going to find one.
First kill.
Never doubt out the sheriffs, and that with that one, Fawcett's going to also find Gia. It's a 3v5. These I told you, man, the pistol rounds.
Those sheriffs are definitely getting their value in.
But now it's up to Sacred and Viper here to try and hold down this B site. Though Stony Brook does have the option to take that teleporter still. Though A does not look promising.
Take hold. Still waiting.
And to try and use what utilities they have
Still
to...
waiting.
And Sacred's able to find another one with that.
Ooh, Mika
One enemy remaining.
with the trade though. Foster with
10 seconds
the
left.
revenge for his dear friend.
And,
And Sacred with the final kill.
and Florida Tech managed to pull out a win on the pistol round. It was quite the feat to do, and they managed to pull through.
And now they have the economy advantage. I think for the most part.
Honestly, there was a lot of Satanic Monk was able to find that one immediately that they needed to sway the round in their favor. And McKeel was stuck in Showers, and Gia was also not able to back up her team mostly. Left them in a still had an advantage, but not as much as they thought they did. But now entering the first full gun round, and Stony Brook does not decide to use their typical B garden hit, instead favoring an A push here.
It is odd.
They're going to attempt to slow walk off this wall, but do they know that they're walking to the stack site with 3 members?
Moto, ooh, gonna kill with the first kill.
As Fawcett is going to trade.
He's a bit surrounded right now, though.
And G is also going to take out Fawcett, but Panda Nate from Showers able to find 2.
One enemy remaining.
He's able to
Panda
find a
with
3rd.
one.
And now it's all up to Fade, stuck in the teleported away.
Doesn't look good for Stony. They had that quick early advantage, but it seems that Fortec is adapting rather well.
And Panda Nate, they're able to shut down any ideas they had of hoping for a push. And now they're going to play together, wait for a spike plant.
As we saw last week, Fortec just needs to get that that shove down for them to rise up better. Their comebacks seem much better than their average play.
30 seconds left.
Now it's John Frank left in a 1v3 here. Again, Flortech playing disciplined, playing back, playing together. What you want to see from his team in such a situation.
Using their number advantage instead of just rushing in.
And with 14 seconds left, not a whole lot of time. 6 seconds to
10
plant. He's
seconds
going to
left.
try and have to get it down.
Spike planted.
He is going to...
Using that.
John Frank able to find Pan and Nate. That's one, but it's going to get taken down by Satanic Monk. And Flortech going to get their second round of the half. So far, these teams shape up to be very, very even. And able to counter each other with these strats that they're pulling out.
That was a very good play with them using the moment they had with planting to know that they had the opening to rush in. And once they got that surrounded, they easily took the victory.
It was very well played from Florida Tech, and Stony Brook gonna have to find some answer to that. They did win 3 in a row, but now Florida Tech starting to claw back.
And Florida Tech does have the ult advantage.
But I do caution that Stony Brook is very close as well. Everyone here except for Elo Demon almost at their ults. I would not be surprised if we see a number of Qs being pressed.
Large amount of utilities to be thrown out.
A site here currently a battleground, as it's going to be up to the 3 of them over on A for Florida Tech to hold it down.
Panda and Satanic seem to be just holding around B.
We're going to see the Yoro come out, going to scan out of sight. And it's going to be up to Pan and A here as Teo has forced to back up a little bit. Fawcett able to find one, though.
Bring them down.
And Gia getting her revenge for her teammate, but Pan and A's going to take that down. Komodo also going to find another. And these A pushes not working out for Stony Brook. Florida Tech, I mean, the 3 of them there, very hard to push in.
One enemy remaining.
Penny's going to find another. It's going to be all up left to John Frank again.
What a name, but names are not enough to achieve the victory.
And Florida Tech's going to tie up that scoreboard.
It is still very early to the match.
But so far, it seems like it's going to be a long one. So buckle in for a ride. And Stony Brook here might switch back to a strat they're comfortable with. That B push did work out for them earlier in the match, but it seems like they're going to stick with this A idea. Try and switch it up a little bit.
Keep them on their toes.
And they're stuck with a weapon disadvantage. Only Elo with any weapon, and it's a Bucky. Everyone else on pistols. But again, watch out for those pistol round strats.
Any weapon would be good if used properly.
Flortech here over on B. Gonna see that there's no one guard, and they're gonna know it's an A hit most likely. Boston and Teo tucking into corners, trying to just play for survivability. As Sacred and I believe it's Panda Nate. No,
Stony does seem to be spreading out. I mean, they have 2 members on B and 3 on A. It's definitely. I'm not sure that's going to play to their advantage though, because they need to capitalize on less amount of players on A or B. They need to commit to one side. Spreading out like this against the defenders, they're at the disadvantage.
especially considering their gun disadvantage. They usually want to play together. The default, not a bad idea to try and gather info, but at this point in the round, as there we see Komodo able to find one with that gun. And Florida Tech playing smart, playing textbook, trying to make sure that they're not going to get baited. They're still playing their angles. Not moving.
Gia in a standoff
30
at B.
seconds left.
Boston here might be about to peek out and see 3 of them there. He's going to see a couple. As Elo team is going to get that Boston kill, but Panané is going to trade it right back.
That Bucky got a nasty kill though.
And so Brook's going to try and teleport over, but are they going to be ready for Satanic and Viper?
One enemy
Sacred
remaining.
rushing forward. Titanic got 2 kills.
And although
Got
Andrew
traded
was able to
Komodo
find
with
one,
the final kill.
Teo to clear out the site, and that was a clean round from Florida Tech. Played textbook, played back, played to their gun advantage, and that'd be Stony Brook here calling a timeout. So we'll see you guys very momentarily after this timeout is over.
Welcome back, everyone. Seems our timeout is over, and the round shall begin shortly.
And Stony Brook, you're going to try and find some difference to hopefully bring back from 4 rounds in a row lost, as Florida Tech is going to try and extend the streak that they've got going. Both teams.
The economy is rather equal. It seems to have a slight edge to Florida Tech.
And both teams here, a lot of
Where
ults.
are you?
As we see Sacred's coming out immediately, trying to get some info over on that B side. Is going to see a couple.
He and Cheltenham on 3 of their positions.
And she is going to find Panda Nate early in the round over on A. That's going to force Florida Tech out to spread out a little bit more. Not in the position they want to be right now, as Fawcett's going to...
Fawcett is, got peeked and taken out by Mammoth.
looking the wrong way. It's going to... Stony Brook going to rotate over to that B site. They applied a lot of pressure to A, but Sacred knows to stay with his teammate here, Satanic Monk. It's up to Teo to hold that A site, but there's no one there. And Satanic does have his ult, but I'm not sure if he's not going to want to pop it at this point.
But all 5 members are coming out.
And it's going to be a clean execute here from Stony Brook, just able to clear out sight. No one really wanted to fight it.
Planted.
Ooh.
And Satanic not able to react to Mikhail in time.
If he managed to stay there and pop his ult, that would have been a huge play, but unable to do so.
And Mikhail able to find Sacred as well, and able to find him through the smoke. That's a clean 4K for him. And Mikhail alone able to sway the tides of this round as the scoreboard evens up once again. Now, to be
I'm
fair,
not seeing a clean advantage to any of the players, any of the teams.
yeah, both teams here going back and forth, trading off. Very different from what happened last time by the best of my memory. Actually, last time it was a very gritty brawl, so I'd like to see these teams in a bit of different play styles here. And Stony Brook this time going to try and go through Hookah on B, but Satanic does have his ult ready and wants to pop it this time.
Bring them down.
Both Fade crowds are going to come out. As we hear multiple bits of utility, everyone trying to scan out. Stony Brook trying to take Hookah. And Sacred's on the operator, waiting for him to peek.
Just playing the silent game.
It's a slight misreaction. But over on B site, they're going to know that there's no op over there. And we're going to see Viper rotating over for Stony Brook. They appear to be prepping for this possible execute. Everything slows down. Fatal is going to come out, but Panda is going to pop his in retaliation. Brimstone ult going to try and clear out sight, but Panda is going to find one. Satanic alone on site as Panda goes to
Fawcett with double kill.
He'll find one at the Molly of all things. Possibly, yeah, it was
30
through the
seconds
teleporter. Now Andrew Lin and Viper left alone. And we're going to attempt to get the older we've taken out. And it's all up to Gia in the 1v4. It was able to find Fawcett, but now they know he's in the teleporter alone.
10 seconds left.
And the 3 seconds
just
left.
gonna wait it out.
That's going to be Florida Tech's round. Gia wanted to save. Not a bad idea. And Florida Tech are going to take this this next round.
Almost a flawless victory.
Sacred still having that op. It's going to be a thorn for Stony Brook to deal with. They know they can't afford to not have smokes on these long angles anymore. And now Stony Brook going to try and find a bit of a change up here, looking for a push again. We've seen it not play out for them very well. Teo usually able to hold it down with Panda Nate, but we got a switch up here. Panda Nate trading out for Satanic. Not Satanic, Sacred, my bad.
Satanic is on the B side, as well as
and Stony Brook is going to get most of Showers for free. Going to push up through there as we're going to see a bit of a fight come out from Satanic and Andrew Tin. Andrew hoping to maybe fake a B site push.
see if any of them will peek first. And ooh, Andrew Tin with the first blood of the match.
And Panda here going to try and gain some, get the get
And
back, but Andrew is going to find the
kill.
second.
Who's next?
And out comes
Not a
Yoru.
good start.
for Stony Brook. Down 2. Vortex not going to be very happy about that. And Mikhail is going to find 2 as well. Gia find another. It's a almost flawless round from Stony Brook. Exact opposite kind of what happened last time, right?
Yeah. They're just trading off rounds.
And now Florida Tech, you're going to have to find the response for Stony Brook.
Sacred switching off the op.
I just didn't get a whole lot of value. They had too many smokes, too much utility, and they're too well coordinated to get the op to truly shine as it has at other times before.
John Frank only on the
Leave the
default.
dreams here to me.
I know
There
he's
he is.
switching out. Okay.
I believe he had to wait for his teammate to buy him. And we're going to see the Viper's pick come out over on A. With 3 people left, but that was the wrong read as Stony Brook, no interest in going over there.
They've gone surround on Satanic. And Panda Nate. Let's see, but Panda Nate's managed to trade one, Fawcett with another.
Florida Tech fighting themselves for a moment there. As Stony Brook is going to rotate over to A. No, Viper Pit's not there anymore. Satanic did use the teleporter out. And Teo's going to see the aggression coming out.
Switching off to the A side.
Boston Satanics swinging together, playing their numbers.
They're trying to sweep around A, but don't realize that no one's there.
And we got Sacred holding down the entirety of that A link as Komodo's going to try and look for anything with his drone here. It's one way proving not easy for Stony to deal with.
If you peek just a slight around that corner, you would have seen the 2 members, but
30 seconds left.
fortunately got no intel.
And Mikhail is going to see that there's nobody on B at all. But are they going to be ready for the sudden rotate over? And do they know that there's 2 on their flank? Fade here.
About to have a clash.
About to run into Sacred. But he gets to the teleporter in time. They're going to get away. And Andrew Tin is going to find Satanic. It's now 3v3. As Sacred and Andrew Tin looking at each other through that smoke.
This turned out to be a very interesting match. A lot of just cat and mouse, just walking around.
And Foss is going to swing it back in Florida Tech's favor, but they're going to take it right back.
With the trade.
2v2. And they know where Florida Tech is. Florida Tech at a slight disadvantage here.
Although they're making some educated guesses.
Sacred and Brimstone here are going to look, try and find him.
Sacred, oh.
They're both going to fall, though. And a very slow, very Valorant, honestly, round. Stony Brook is going to take that. And as we're entering the last round of the half, we can see the teams here. Chance for Florida Tech to tie it up and enter into a clean half. You know, would you like to see anything different this time on this final round?
Oh no, but Stony is playing not into Florida Tech's advantages. Florida Tech is very good at those big team battles, and this Stony's not giving them to him.
Yeah, Stony Brook trying to play these defaults, get one pick and leave out. They found that worked last time. They're trying to do it again. Here we see again this default coming out, playing the entire map, because especially with these teleporters, they're able to move around the map so easily.
Stony seems to be much preferred just to back off and fail to plan their encounters.
Launching smoke.
There's a bit of a B hit here, taking it a little bit, and it's Fawcett and Komodo trying to hold it down.
We're at the halfway mark. We're still basically dead even.
And she is going to find Satanic Monk. A bit of a wallbang there. But now it seems like Stony Brook's going to rotate over to this B site. And a bit of a skirmish with Mikhail here.
Bring them down.
Two of them here looking for each other. As on B, Teo's going to be right around that corner, but does he know there's 3 there? He's able to find 2.
Komodo,
Spike down B.
Is he going to be able to
find it? There's no, the third one's there.
John Freak's going to go out,
And yes,
walk
he
right
gets
into
that free
Komodo.
kill. And there's another one though. Will Komodo get it?
All up left to Brimstone and Yoru now. They're trying to push through, take the teleporter away. But Panda Nate And Sacred's still there, ready to catch them off.
10 seconds left. One enemy
Panda
remaining.
flanking behind.
Sacred able to find him.
Did I get
Sacred and
inside
Panda
your
with the
head?
final kills.
Denying the plant there, no time. It was a hard round for Stony Brook, but
Switching
Florida Tech
sides.
able to turn it to their favor.
And just another round trade. 6-6. Dead even. Dead middle.
Entering this half, these teams now they're on the opposite sides. Gonna see if Stony Brook has any answer to Florida Tech's very good aggression and very coordinated attacks.
They work the best as when they're one group team. And going for the classic A push.
Seems like Stony Brook here back to their roots, fighting for Garden over on B, but Florida Tech has no interest on this first round.
They poor read, but we'll see if Stony will be able to rotate properly, counteract Vortex aggression.
It seems like it may work. Florida Tech not wanting to give up all the space on the map out first, as Stony Brook here heavy aggressive up into showers, pushing Yoru out, but Sacred is going to find him.
Titanic and Komodo walking up the left side.
They have all that space now. They looked and saw that Stony Brook, my bad, backed off. And now Raze is left alone over in showers.
Sacred doing good, checking off his angles. He press it back into A.
4v5 situation. Florida Tech playing it slow, trying to find any opening. Wait for some of this util to go down. These smokes. As Elo is going to find Sacred. They're going to teleport over, try and get this fast hit off.
Komodo with the drone scout.
He's going to find the rest of the site. They know that he's there.
And a big team battle is happening.
Gia going to fall. John Frank going to
Komodo
fall.
faster with 2. This is where Florida Tech shines in these chaotic brawls.
30 seconds left.
And Raze is behind him. They know he's hookah. But they're going to be ready for it as a fight over Andrew Tin trying to survive.
One enemy remaining.
But Satanic and Panda are going to get that round out. And Florida Tech taking the first round in the half.
Don't panic.
But don't count Stony Brook out quite yet. I mean, we've seen this been a very back and forth. It's
Yeah.
anyone's game.
Vortec with the clear economy advantage, though.
This second round favoring them, and they should win this round. And if they do, third round will be their bonus round. So Stony Brook should win that if this was a normal game. But we've seen these teams pull off a lot of random stuff before. And again, never count
Comebacks
out the
out of nowhere.
pistols. And Stony Brook here playing their
Did they
numbers with the
spot-
worst advantages.
Do they spot Andrew 10?
Not yet, but are they going to be ready for this four-man push on the left side? As Teo is going to look over there. He knows about the opportunity that they might have. I believe they tried something like this before last time. He's going to see him.
But knows there's a push coming.
It's a brawl. Satanic. They're going to find a couple.
Oh! 3 kills for 1 trade.
Elo's going to come down.
One
But they're going to find the
Panda with a
4th.
kill.
And now they know that B is pretty much completely free. Going to leave Sacred over on A to maybe try and deal with Andrew Tim. He's going to try and teleport over, though.
Gets 1. But he's finished off by Satanic.
It will just gun down. We're tight there. Not going to be very happy about losing 2. They would rather keep those guns into this bonus round, but it's still a good round from them. And now Stony Brook with the gun advantage here. Gonna look for, hopefully play these longer angles and maybe try and find any sort of kind of opportunity that they can.
Really focusing on B. Thinking that. But Florida Tech again is always going for the A push.
Stony Brook gonna fight out for that B garden as usual, but it's gonna be just Viper there looking, making sure that they don't get any free flanks off. As Gia is gonna be the one holding hookah, but no one's over there.
Sacred and Panda are. Never mind, just Sacred is trying to get onto A.
Holy showers, but Fawcett and Panda 8 here held off by the brimstone smoke. It's going to be very slow round to start, waiting for util to drop as Vortec is going to rotate over towards the B site.
Bring them down.
Utility is going to come out, and Flortech is going to win over Hookah here. But Stony Brook going to try and fight it out on site.
The most surprising thing is there hasn't been any death jets. It's just been pot shots.
Everyone here just waiting for the Utility, but that's going to change as
Gia
Gia's
with the
going to...
first blood.
As the Tanning Monk's going to fall. Flortech not liking that B site anymore. They know they've shown their hand a little bit.
Launching smoke. Dim
Now
beacon
Fawcett
down.
is going to try and push in, but are they going to be ready for Andrew
doesn't
Tim in the
see
corner?
30 seconds left.
They're going to find him out. Plant's going to come down in a second, probably. But no, they fake it. They go B. And Stony Brook's not going to be ready. Pan and Nate's on site, waiting for them.
Ooh.
It's going to be Gia
Headshot
down.
to Gia. Komodo with the kill.
As a trade out there,
Elo
Sager
with the
for
demon
Elo.
with the trade.
2v4 situation for Tech here.
Ooh.
But that's
John
1v2.
Big kill with the trade. 1v1 situation and Panda falls.
It was a good attempt, but there, Amikil and not Panda, my bad. Stony Brook's Fade were both able to find him, able to trade it down, and then Amikil able to win that final battle. And it's going to be 8-7 now. To be fair for Florida Tech, that was their bonus round. They could afford to lose that financially, and they're still up a round.
Yeah.
And now Stony Brook, it's their turn with the operator, giving it to Yellow Demon, surprisingly.
We'll see if they can make good use of it.
Ray is typically not the agent you see it on, but very interesting. And Andrew Tim, Brimstone player at heart, pulling out the judge. You'll love to see it. Now Florida Tech, you're gonna once again try for this early A aggression. Gonna be stopped by that Brim Smoke and the fight over by Showers. It's a lot of build up for A here by Florida Tech. Looking to maybe break out once the smoke drops. It's just gonna get refreshed.
Tony does not want them pushing.
Fawcett to find one. Are they gonna be ready for
This full brawl that's about to happen.
Andrew Kim with the judge as well? They're not gonna want to push through, but
Ooh.
Fawcett's gonna fall. He's gonna get a second. That judge doing work.
Ooh. Operator point blank to Sacred. Komodo with the trade. Satanic. Trying to even out the odds.
He's gonna run over B. They're not gonna be ready for this. But is Teo gonna be ready for Viper also being in his way? Titanic with a fake, but both of them looking out. And neither of them are able to find each other, but
Gia is split apart. Being chased by the other by
30
Florida
seconds
Tech.
left.
and Komodo is gonna get their time, but Gia's gonna take him out. 1v2 for Satanic Monk.
Satanic clutch it.
Over on Gardens, Gia looking for the opportunity.
He's trying to peek. Does not spot Gia.
10 seconds left. Satanic's gonna
seconds
try and
left.
get it, but John Frank is here.
Doesn't really.
He's pinched in from both sides. It's gonna take a miracle in the second,
It's in cover.
and he's not ready. He doesn't hear it.
Oh,
And John
it's
Frank's
Frank.
gonna take out Satanic Monk. Stony
Here-
Brook here to tie up the scoreboard.
Hear those shots behind him. I think Satanic just panicked a bit. Could not get a clean shot on.
It's hard to deal with. It's just something you have to eventually, though.
Push a button. Save the day.
John
And-
Frank, they're able to wait for his teammate and then peek once he knew that Satanic was,
Try open
a little
line.
panicked, a little shaken up.
Once again, rounds have evened.
I'm all out.
And for Tech, you're in a slight weapon disadvantage. It's not looking very good for them economically. If they lose this round, they're going to be broke. But fair enough, so will Stony Brook mostly.
Satanic. Oh, okay, never mind. He's switching. I'll say he's only going for a pistol.
Stony Brook loving their Garden offensive
I think
here,
that's
even on
Elo-
defense.
Elo's still on the operator.
I mean, it worked last round. Why won't it work again?
Check out Sacred right in the first combat.
And Stony Brook's going to clear out almost the entirety of the B site of the map. They know it has to be A. They can stack over there now. And Teo,
Stony has the surround.
Vortec, though, does know that there could be a flank, sending Teo over to investigate. But let's see if Komodo here is able to find one. As Amikil, he might catch out Sacred from behind. Sacred not looking the right way at all. And that wall is going to keep Sacred alive. but it's gonna keep Komodo alive. As
And now the operator is down.
Panade is gonna pop his ult out. And they're gonna attempt to execute on site here for Florida Tech with John Frank with the spray through the smoke.
Fawcett planting spike.
And Florida Tech is completely surrounded, but do they know it? As MQ is gonna find one from Showers. Now they know.
Last player
And what's
standing.
And just being surrounded
Stony
with
with
Tech,
the full surround and crush.
they're just able to pinch them down, take those ISOs, take what they wanted there.
Like a mean constrictor snake. They just got that surrounded and just crushed them.
And Florida Tech here now down a round for the first time in quite a few rounds, actually.
Yeah. Ever since round 4, I think.
Yeah, ever since that initial dip, they've been ahead. But now Stony Brook able to find 3 rounds in a row.
Not looking good.
So far, though, it seems that Stony Brook, their defense, their holding sites hasn't been the best, but mostly it's been their retakes that have just worked out for them flawlessly. Typically, they're able to find 1 or 2 early in the round. Florida Tech forced into a clutch situation, and then they're able to use their number advantages or just straight mechanical aim. And Florida Tech here on pistol is going to go for that different strat, fighting it out on Garden.
Not putting any people in A. They're all pushing as a group into B, but John Frank with that rifle is just gunning them down.
Locating target.
Spray through the smoke is going to work, but Florida Tech here able to find 1 at least, and now they have at least
A
1
quick
gun.
scout, knowing that they can push a little bit further.
Now looking through here, Stony Brook sees nothing on A, and they've heard a lot on B. Still wanted to keep patient, keep disciplined. As Florida Tech is about to start trying to execute.
Stony really should rotate those 2 numbers behind. Try to get flank.
Ammunition.
You don't realize that all of Florida Tech's players are still pushing A.
And the execute is going to come out from Florida Tech. Are they going to be ready for Gia and
Don't realize that their
Phase,
flank is not secure, and Gia guns down one. Foster with the trade.
Brimstone is going to come out. Raze is going to try and catch up behind. 2v3 situation.
Is where Fawcett shines, though.
And Andrew Tim was able to block out their attempts to fuse, as he's going to find another through the smoke. All up to Fawcett.
10 seconds left.
Fawcett try and get the plant.
Spike planted.
Gets slightly tapped through the boxes. Not able to find one yet.
Ooh,
And taken
and
down by Elo.
with the operator.
1v3 surrounded. It's a hard play. Not a whole lot of options to work with there.
Especially in that area, too. She just had little to no cover. They had a full angle on her. Not a whole lot can be done.
And now it's Stony Brook up 2. 3 rounds left for them. Florida Tech here are gonna have to find it, and they're gonna take that timeout. And so we're gonna see you guys shortly. Hopefully, Florida Tech able to find some adaptation. And welcome back after this timeout. Florida Tech, with their first timeout of this matchup, hopefully they're going to find some answer to this sudden uptick by Stony Brook. Overall, I'd say they're not really able to get onto site as a team, mostly just relying on clutch situations, and then Stony Brook able to take out one or at least have numbers advantage typically all the time. Stony Brook, you're going to look for this aggression again. Send Yoru over towards A through Showers, but Sacred's going to take him out this time. Florida
Elo
Tech
with
knows
the
it.
operators trying to hold down the angle, but first 2 players will be enough.
Florida Tech learned this, what their strat was, learned what they needed to do, and they're now finally up in the advantage immediately. And with 4 ults on the board, it's going to be a nightmare for Stony Brook to try and deal with. And it is going to see Andrew Tin here.
Bring them down.
Prepare for hellfire.
Ult comes out. It's going to be an execute from Florida Tech over on A. Andrew Tin trying to deny the plan with the molly there. As they're going to spray it down a little. And Florida Tech they do have a lot of B presence. That's Komodo and Satanic over there, kind of away from the action, because right now Florida Tech on A is completely surrounded, but they have the teleporter option, which they might use.
Sony's all spread out, but also they're doing
30
good in
seconds left.
surrounding Florida Tech, but they are just teleporting out.
Boston and Sager are going to leave to join their team, play the numbers,
down.
leaving Panda Nate alone. He's going to get
Oh,
taken down
okay.
by Elo. 4v4s.
Welcome to my
Faucet
world.
planting spike down at Garden.
And out comes the Viper's Pit. Stony Brook now with the nightmare to deal with. They have their own to answer and a fatal. And speaking of it, here it comes. Retake attempt is going to come out from Stony Brook. But Komodo's going
Komodo
to
with
shut
the
down.
first kill.
It's like mostly for Stony Brook's favor now. The
Elo
Viper ult
switched out
falling.
his operator for
they're
Satanic
able to make
with
some value out of it.
Go ahead.
Tail coming out, attempting to stop the defuse, but it's Satanic
John
knocking a
Frank with the
1v2.
Brook. Satanic with the 1v2, taken down by John Frank.
And it was close, but it's going to be Stony Brook to win that round. And that was a lot of ults. There's a lot of just stuff coming from Florida Tech, and it didn't work.
No. They try to get that big push, but John Frank just seems to understand that play well and manage to counter it.
He just backed off, played with his team, knew he couldn't get a lot of value, and he had his ult submit, which provided immense value there. And then Stony Brook able to take most of the site. Florida Tech playing back into the Viper's Pit, but Satanic ended up leaving it, and the Viper's Pit went down over the site. That was, I think, one major issue. Now Elo getting
Vipers
very
did
aggressive.
good to allow them to regroup, but it did nothing to either push.
And he's going to find one, able to back away, as McKeel's also going to find another.
Chewed down. It's not looking good for Florida Tech. This is where they're weakest.
And Stony Brook's defense seems almost impenetrable. And now in a 3v5, might see Sacred's ult come out here, but see what it can do.
A good read on the little bot. Sacred trying to get a scout to let his opponent teammates know how far they can push up.
And they're going to see most of the sites clear, but Fawcett not going to want to push into this. There are 3
is a
here.
Nasty situation.
3v3 about to become a 3v4 once Fade gets there. Florida Tech not able to plant, they're just stuck.
Not liking their odds. They're just not pushing into A.
And it's a bit of a brawl coming out. Florida Tech trying to find numbers as he's
And a
Fawcett.
kill with the wall bang.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
And Elo able to
with
find
the-
another, going for the shorty kill. And he's gonna get the
Panda
9th kill on Panda Nate.
That's just disrespectful.
And now 8-12 Florida Tech. It's match point. Stony Brook able to bring it back in the second half.
And with 3 ults on the board too, it's not looking good.
6 rounds in a row for Florida Tech. It's not gonna be a fun battle back.
But they've done so before. They have won from worse odds.
And they're gonna have to do it again. And now Stony Brook here also has 3 ults and a weapon advantage. Florida Tech not in a full buy. They're in a force.
And
With-
Hilo on that operator is nasty.
I was doubting in the beginning, but apparently he makes it work as he gets another
one. Pandanea, another key player. Andrew Tin with taking on Satanic. Elo with Sacred. Oh,
Player standing.
And it's a third, and it's
Oh.
an execution of a final round.
oh.
And it's all up left to Fawcett. No health, no weapon. Oh, he does have a gun, but no health, no little util.
No ult. It's not looking good.
Able to find
Awesome
one,
with
but with
one.
this, that's going to
Man.
be it for the game. And
Defend
Stony
the
Brook is
food.
going to take map 1. And believe it or not, that was just the first map.
We're
Overall,
gonna be all here all day.
overall, very good game from both teams, though. Very impressed with both of them. Stony Brook able to pull out an amazing defensive half. What do you have to say?
Elo, like choosing the operator, we doubted him, but he has top kills on the board right now.
I mean, he's just able to find so much value out of it. Florida Tech not countering the ult like they did, like at the the op as they did for as a Stony Brook did for Sacred. I can't talk right now.
It's a very clean match, and we both got to see both strategies of the teams work very well together. It just seems that Stony managed to get their strategies managed to pay off a little bit better.
And with that, we're gonna be entering a 5-minute break until the next game, and we'll be seeing you guys soon. Hopefully, Florida Tech able to find an answer on this next map.
Welcome everyone to the second match of Florida Tech versus Stony
Brook.
Stony Brook University. We have, it seems the match today is Haven. We'll see how this second round goes.
Kai stepped out, so I'm here to fill in for him for a little bit, but he'll be back. But hi, I'm Stella. Usually I do production. So the spectating, all that stuff you see.
Yeah,
usually
like
me.
the intern that we're just filling in.
Yeah, basically. What are you looking for? Like, what have you seen that you've liked?
It seems that they both have very different strategies and how they play. Florida Tech likes to go for their big group pushes and these big brawls. It seems where they work best is in chaos. While Stony Brook, it seems their main strategy is always to fall back a bit and wait for someone else to make a mistake. Once one player dies, that's when they can surround and crush.
Yeah, I picked it up too. Also, their Stony Brook's, especially the Rays from last round. I think his name is Elo Demon. His op shots were crazy.
Yeah, they were crazy good with that operator. Really held down those entire lanes by herself, not allowing them to take any advantages.
I see that Stony Brook's lineup is more like defensive based, rather than like. Oh, actually, both sides are more defensive based, rather than.
Interesting considering Florida Tech's play style.
That's true.
Okay, and we shall see what strategy they're going for. Florida Tech again is going for, it seems, mostly an A push. They're, well, I guess A defense. It seems their standard. Stony Brook is also focusing on A, so it could be a good read. These pistol rounds are always very interesting in seeing how that both teams have nearly identical weapons. So
It's honestly a 50-50 most of the time. It's either they do really good or really bad.
It goes straight down to skill and planning. The match starts.
They all rush mid.
Yeah,
At least Florida Tech.
Florida Tech is all in the center. Gia with the first kill on Sacred's not looking good. That's one of their top players.
I think they're going from. They're going A.
Yeah, Stony Brook is focusing mostly on A. Florida Tech seems to be trying to form some defensive line to go for a counter push, but Stony Brook has that entire center locked in. Stony is going for a flanking around because they know that all the Florida Tech's team is all in the center, but Panda Nate manages to get a kill.
Haven is really hard to retake, in my opinion. So let's see how this
It looks
plays
like we'll get to that brawl. Komodo with a kill. Andrew went with the trade. Elo down with two with that, and John Frank with the final kill.
That collat was crazy.
Elo with that triple kill. That's nasty with a pistol round.
That was a decent round. That wasn't like too bad.
Both teams played well, but I think Florida Tech devoted too many of their players in one area and allowed them to get surrounded.
How do you think this game's gonna play out?
If it's anything like the R1, very long.
Yeah, pretty much, honestly.
Florida Tech, instead of going for A, seems to be trying to mostly hold down B.
I think because the last game they played, they really put. I don't know if they played Haven. They might have, but they did push B. I think I remember that a lot.
Stony just slowly walking up the center. Not wanting to take any risk because if you play standard, that's how you win. But
It can go either way. They can go C or B. But it looks like they're going C. Oh, never mind.
Gia and Kamara with the trades on each other. Sacred down. Fossa with the trade on Elo. It's dead even, and both Florida Tech seems to be spreading out amongst the points and wanting to make sure they have clear vision on all of them. Stony Brook trying to focus on A. We'll see once Panda spots them if they can rotate enough.
Nice.
Panda with the spot with the trade on John
Spike
Frank.
down A.
John Frank is planting.
Spike
Vortec
planted.
is rotating around to take A. We'll see if they can do it quick enough.
No peeking.
Foster with the blind shot. Check clearing corners. Not above PC one. Guesses her smoke, but her spray misses. Satanic waiting until the smoke goes down and fires. Spots both players. Foster going to try and go for the flank. Walks right press down and injure one with the kill. Just down Satanic now. That smoke's
close
going to
one.
clear any second now. He rushes in and is
Oh.
shot down by Andrew Twin.
That was a decent retake, though. There's
They
not much
almost
could
had
do.
it. If they secure that surround a little bit better, I think they could do it.
That's true.
I think rushing into the smoke was not a good idea, especially
Oh,
since.
we have a technical diff.
Okay, well, I guess we'll.
We'll be right back.
Yep.
After the technical diff.
And welcome back. I'm back here. It's me, Kyra again. Stella was subbing in for me
Finally.
momentarily, but now we're back, and it seems like Florida Tech already down 2 at the half. Not looking good. This is one of their better maps, so I'm hoping for
certainly
something better.
Doesn't seem like it so far. Got ourselves a snack fairy.
Yep. And so far, Florida Tech taking up a lot of early A aggression. Stony Brooks with a very spread out default, attempting to just gain some info, gain some space. And Panadate's going to
the
find him.
first kill. I was saying it looked like they had a solid. I see. It seems that Florida Tech is a very solid defensive line.
And they're going to back off that kill. Don't want to get traded out, but Stony Brook here is going to have a lot of control over by Garage. Opportunity to hit both B and C for them. Especially given Cypher choosing not to guard Garage, but Komodo is going to go in there, take out Gia. And it's John Frank going to look for it with the Marshall.
Trying to jump up and get a peek.
He'll
He
find,
knows Komodo's there.
he'll find the one. They're going to rotate over to
Trying
C.
to advance forward.
C, the only open site, and they did find it. 5v3 situation.
Spike planted.
The spike plant, can Florida Tech manage to push through? That's the question of the day.
Florida Tech here prepping for their retake. Going to see a lot of util from these 2 initiators here. Sova's Dark getting destroyed, and Titanium Monk ready for the execute. The outcome.
With the first kill on Komodo. Panda Nate with the trailing Elo. Sega with another Titanic with the final.
And overall there, Florida Tech, their utility, able to just, I don't know if you noticed, but of the 2 that were sitting behind box, one of them was blinded, the other one was, wasn't behind the one that was blinded. Mostly just their util able to isolate and hit everything pretty much.
That was a solid match. Maybe they just play better when you're here.
Hopefully that's the case, because so far, that was their first round win of the match. And Florida Tech, once again, keeping up this default. They don't like to hit C, because C is their one site that they can retake pretty well, as they've seen, as we've shown right there.
So they're focusing their areas on areas where it could be more difficult to retake. But it does seem Komodo's trying to go into the first flank.
Komodo, that cam, or the deep cam, they're trying to gain some info. And meanwhile, there's a lot of people A. We might see Sacred able to find one as Panday
Komodo
helps.
pushing up forward.
And Sacred got traded out, but Panday able to find 2.
Good
As
kill. Taking out Komodo. His flank did not work out well, but it does seem to still be in Florida Tech's advantage.
yeah, Panday there and Sacred just able to find, well, that was 3 between the 2 of them. And Sacred down, but now Florida Tech here, the massive advantage, playing together, playing these numbers.
Stony trying to just slowly push up that center lane.
They're looking for the 1v1s. They're trying to get single kills to balance out the numbers and not die, and then trying to find really any advantage that they can take.
Florida Tech is a little split up. If they can try to take out that person by B, it could level out the circumstances.
And Stony Brook here thinking, hey, we hit A earlier. They know that we were A. There's no shot that they're still going to stay on A, but Florida Tech,
30
They're
seconds.
gonna
Stubborn
bump it
as
down.
ever.
well, they're Florida Tech here. They know they have A. They have garage control. If they try and plan B, they can encircle them. If they try to go C, C is the easiest site to
Titanic
retake.
holding down that line. Ooh, but it's taken down by
Last
Mankill.
player standing.
And Panday also going to fall. It's all down to Fawcett on Clove.
Spike planted.
Fawcett here going to try and find any angles. Again, play it slow, but he needs to take out these angles. Meanwhile, Stony Brook playing together, the 2 of them.
Fawcett is really good at these clutches. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. They know.
He's getting hit by the bot. They do know where Fawcett is at this
I
point.
think Fawcett knows that both of them are there too. If she can take this clutch, it is not in her favor though. She can try push through the smoke.
And it's going to fall to Enderton. 2v1, hard to deal with, especially in the post plant there. No time anyway.
No.
And now it's going to be up 3-1 for Stony Brook. Florida Tech here.
Fawcett is like Batman. If you give them prep time, they can do anything. But
I'm not too worried though. As we saw last round, Florida Tech much more favoring the attacking side rather than the defending side. But even still, that
1 to
attacking side
3.
was even though. So we'll see if maybe Stony Brook coming into that side with an advantage might be able to just trade rounds until the end.
That 1 to 3 is, it's not looking good as an early start.
Especially considering Florida Tech down in economy as well. I believe at least they're forced into a bit of a force buy here.
Ooh, yeah, 3 pistols.
And they're going to want to give up A, despite the fact that there's a small push there. But to be fair to Stony Brook, you're looking for a bit of a default. They've got 2 over by C, just holding it, and then 3 on A with the spike left towards mid. In case they want to go any site, they can just run by and pick it up.
I think it's a much better idea if they allow Stony Brook to take a point and then using pistols in close range to try to retake. But if they're trying to hold off these lanes, I don't think they have the range advantage.
That's true. And then also, they're trying to play together here.
Oh,
She is
the
going
Geo
to
with
find
the
Sacred
first kill.
alone. Again, just playing alone, especially with worse weaponry, not what you want to do. You can't necessarily win those gunfights you would normally.
You want to stay together as a team, but not be too close that you can't cover each other's angles. Gia's planting on A.
A lot of people coming down A. Notoriously nasty site to try and retake
Spike
from,
planted.
as you're not going to see one look for the flank, even though 2 Florida Tech not a team that usually likes to flank.
Flash out.
Satanic
But
are just trying to get some abilities.
4v5. Ew.
Last player
Ooh.
standing.
And that was
John, Frank, and Gia with
Refreshing.
3 kills. Fawcett trying to retake, but shot down
Careful.
by Gia.
and that was a really good utility there from Stony Brook, able to stun and blind most of Florida Tech, held them back with the wall. Just overall, Florida Tech not able to do anything off of that, stuck for John Frank to just mow him down. Now Florida Tech are gonna have to find some adaptation, down 3 rounds. Overall, I'd like to see them have better site holds. They're just losing out on sites that they can't retake, because you really can't retake A at certain degrees.
I mean, those lanes just look rather unforgiving.
It seems like that's what they're going to be doing, because a lot of C and B presence for Florida Tech, 4 over, and then leaving I believe it's Pan and 8 on Sova over on A alone, just trying to hold it down, getting some info, not die.
It does seem that Stony's spreading up a bit, putting Gia and another trying to take C.
And overall, I'd say Florida Tech, I like the idea. Their idea now is they have a lot of set plays for their what was I going to say? They have a lot of set plays for their retakes that they know and that they can run just continuously. So they have no fear to play these retakes now that they have, especially 3 ults. Sacred's going to be all alone in a 2v1 here. He's going to get taken out by Gia.
Jeez. Not looking good.
Pan and Nate, does he know that there's 2 people beneath him?
He did a quick scan, but I think he missed both of them. And it's caught surprise by Andrew 10.
3v4 for Florida Tech. So they're all bunched up towards C, but the spikes going back towards A.
30 seconds left.
And again, Florida Tech, they wanted to play those 5-man retakes because they know how to do it. They've definitely practiced them. But Stony Brook doesn't want to give them those options. They want to take at least one out, because you take out any member of Florida Tech and they go down significantly.
Yeah, they rely so much on that team composition.
For them, the sum of the parts is the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
But yeah, when they do work as a team, they seem semi-unstoppable.
Fawcett, he's gonna pop her ult to fall.
Elo, but it's just not enough.
Elo's ult would be enough to take out Fawcett's there, as they're gonna be down 4 rounds.
I say we keep seeing this over and over again. They allow Stony to take A, and then on the retake, they rush center trying to get that team battle, and then Stony just guns them down.
That one choke there, especially with the 2 staggered angles, not easy to push out of at all. It's pretty much 2 chokes to deal with.
Right there.
And it's very easy to clog it with utility, so retake's not a very viable option on A. And you see they're switching Cypher over there, much stronger agent for holding sites, as they're going to aggress up mid together as a group. And they aren't going to find one. The Satanic's going to battle it out towards C. Pan and Nate.
With the 2 kills
Deploying
from
drone.
the Sheriff. The deadly gun if used right.
Because if it can one-shot, it will one-shot.
Fawcett trying to hold that angle, but doesn't realize that Stony has just moved on for the most part. Looks like they may try go for a C push, but they're kind of just staying back near their spawn.
Stony Brook here with their weapon advantage, just looking for any sort of floor tech aggression, especially with how aggressive floor tech usually is. Trying to get an easy kill. They might get one here on Satanic.
But Satanic does a Neo dodge and everything misses.
Able to escape, and Boss is going to be left holding C.
As well, the floor tech has 4 ults ready as well.
G is going to ult over the A. Floor tech going to move over there. And
They cannot risk the retake because that's where they falter.
Camera taken out.
they're going to have to.
30
Komodo,
seconds left.
only one there, as Panda Nate is going to be stopped by the smoke. Is he going to know that G is up here?
Is he gonna? Oh, and he's cut down.
Spike
4v3.
planted.
Much better situation for Stony than it was.
And out comes the ult from Stony Brook here. So
Needs
trying
some
to
damage.
stall out, get the damage. Yeah, exactly. Sacred with his
Sacred
ult.
trying to rush forward is shot down by Gia. Panda Nate with a kill.
That's great
Trying
for
to
him.
get a trade in. Back to a 3v2. On Frank with a kill.
One enemy remaining.
That's
Panda
4 for
Nate
Panda Nate.
trades.
There's a dream,
Gonna
but
get
it's going to get
ace
taken
edge,
down. It's a
engine.
1v1. Satanic with the Sheriff against.
It's not an ideal match, but can he make it? He's trying to peek. He's trying to peek, and he
he's
hits
gonna get
it.
it! Satanic! But he doesn't have time.
What?
Wait, he missed it. And
And
by
he
point
gets it.
4! And it's a
Oh.
clutch for Satanic. Made possible thanks to a 4K by Panda Nate.
Almost an ace.
It was a crazy round, and it was the one that Floor Tech needed there.
And there's
Never count out those pistols, man. I'm telling you.
it was an excellent match by Florida Tech, but still they're behind 3 points.
They need to take that momentum they just gained, and especially that economy they just gained. This was a lifeline, but now they need to use it.
Take that hype that they just got and use it well.
And it seems like
They're going for very similar layout. See, that probably worked for them. You know, it broke. Well, don't fix it.
And Florida Tech here, again, they're leaving Komodo alone on A. They seem to want to play retake on. So in fact, retake has not really worked. So again, Florida Tech wants these 5-man matchups, these 5v5 situations for plants and retakes that they're just not getting because Stony Brook plays slower, plays for their advantages.
Sacred on the first kill, though. That is the exact opposite of what Stony is looking for.
They might get a second
He
here.
runs in and Hilo is down. Gio with the trade on Komodo, leaving A flank open, but it seems that most of the chaos is happening right there at B. And we're down to a 2v2.
It's up to Sacred and Panda Nate on the flank. Are they going to be ready for him? If he peeks here, he's going to catch him planting.
Spike
Oh, but there's a
planted.
smoke.
His crosshair's right on them. If he blind fired, he probably could have gone one of
Scanning
them.
ahead.
And that
Found
dart
them.
is going to find one at least. So is that
Last
recon
player
flash?
standing.
Sacred's going to get taken down. It's all up to Panda Nate.
And they tried to flank around and is shot down by John Frank.
And it was a good attempt from Florida Tech. It was one of the better rounds, but just a good hold there from Stony Brook. Sova and Killjoy, not the 2 agents you want to see alive at the end. Both very strong. And Florida Tech is going to be calling a timeout here. They're going to need it. Down 4 rounds. So we'll see you guys momentarily after this timeout's over. And welcome back from this timeout. Hopefully Florida Tech able to discuss something and figure out some strategy to deal with Stony Brook. I assume the strategy is going to be a B push here with these pistols again. Never count out the pistols. And they're going to be completely in the open.
They're
here.
pushing.
And to be fair, they're open. Stony Brook going A. They know Florida Tech likes to make these very odd plays.
They've completely switched sides. Florida Tech now inside the Stony's spawn, and Stony just walking right up to A.
To be fair to Florida Tech,
Any resistance.
this is their advantage. They like playing offense more than defense, but
Ooh.
Gia's gonna take out any ideas they have.
Smoke going down, trying to cover their assaults, but they're just being shot down by Andrew 10.
2v3. Fawcett is able to find another
2v2.
2v2. This is already a good pistol round for Florida Tech, able to get a lot of kills for the economy and damage Stony Brooks at
But
the
they're
same time.
down on health.
Coming through. Go, go, go.
But Sacred and Fawcett are
player
very good
standing.
players when it counts, but not
able to
enough.
pull it out. And 2-7, not looking good for the half already,
Go, go,
but
go.
they can bring it up to at least 5-7, hopefully.
I'm out of here.
And now both teams on a full buy. Florida Tech here are going to find some sort of changeup. I'd like to see them stack and fight A. I've seen in previous games that they can brawl A really well. They put Komodo, honestly, put Komodo and put
Fawcett, I would say.
Fawcett. Yeah, Fawcett's really good on the other side of the map, playing those longer angles. Much more mechanically
Sacred
gifted.
than
I'd say
maybe?
Sacred. Sacred's
Sacred
gone.
or Satanic, I would probably say, would be
Yeah,
best over
Sacred.
there.
Here, they're pulling in Sacred because Sacred has gotten an ace before in the sewers here, just from aggressive peaks and straight aim. And Panazay able to find with his ult off rip. And
But
Faust
no
is going
hit.
to fall to the rapid aggression. And there we go. Telling you, Sacred
Ooh.
on A. He's cooked
Spike
before.
down mid.
You need to let him cook again.
Gotta go.
He's back in the kitchen.
But are they going to be ready for
This
behind?
seems to be working much better for them.
Satanic going to fall to Evo
Oh,
as
but
Gia.
Gia smacking it down. We're back with Sacred and Komodo.
2v2 situation here. Both neons. And Cypher's not really the person you want alive in a post plan. I mean, he does have his ult.
Spike
Very
planted.
strong here. Could gain a ton of info.
Give me a
Komodo, you
corpse.
need this round. Gonna look for the corpse. He's gonna find it. He's gonna get blinded.
Take this. This way. Go, go, go.
Now it's Sacred knowing
Last
where they
player
are.
standing.
Hold smoke. We got and they're shot down. Both by Ela Demon.
Elo, very, very good mechanics
Yeah.
there. Props to him, but Vortex, they're not
Been
looking
it-
good.
I've been a serious MVP this round. First with the operator, and now with these quick kills at the end.
The scoreboard may not show up, but his presence has been undeniable.
Andrew 10 too, and an excellent player.
So far, especially
that's
on
right.
Killjoy on attacking side, it's very impressive. He's
this
able
is
to
my
get
spot.
all these,
No more charges
find
left.
these fights and
Goes
take them.
here.
These post-plant situations
That goes
really
there.
favoring him.
We can hope that once the side switch, that Vortex is much better on the offense. Maybe they could take some advantage there.
And there's Sacred taking out one on that A.
Taking out Andrew
Gonna look for another, but he's
Excellent kill,
surrounded
but he
already.
is completely, yeah. No escaping that.
The Satanic forced off, and then Sacred is left alone. There is a flank coming for Florida Tech, though. As Fawcett's gonna find one.
But they've let them take A, at least those two players.
And Henry,
Gia, Fawcett with the res.
And Fawcett's gonna go, but
One enemy
there's the ult
remaining.
coming out. And Omen left in sewers. Fawcett gonna try
Only
and sack.
Gia left. Let's see it. Yeah.
Last player standing.
Gia with
And
2
Gia able to
kills.
get the
Wow.
vote. What is happening? That's 2 4Ks in a row
Last
for Stony
round
Brook.
in the half.
That's ridiculous. Wow.
And coming to the last round of the half, it's 9-2. Maybe we can get a 9-3 curse, but with pistols or Florida Tech?
That's not
What was that?
Gia with that amazing clutch.
Look at this. I mean, Stony Brook, they know what works now. They can just hit A and save their util, really.
Because they know that Vortex is not going to hold it.
And it's weird that they don't. But
I mean, so
I see the idea, but it just doesn't work.
like they devout so many people to B, but they never go B.
You should
I mean, the
run.
one time they did, Florida Tech got a clean split, right? But every other time they've gone A, they hold it. Florida Tech tries to retake, and they're shot down.
And we are up 1 right now. Florida Tech able to find 1.
But will it be enough?
That Killjoy ult able to isolate down.
Turning around and shot down.
Spike planted.
Got distracted.
And on the flank, they are able to find 1. But
Also
now
with the
Gia
trade.
is going to flash them both.
One
Moto
enemy
with
remaining.
hand and nade with another.
And it's only
kill
one
with
left,
the
actually.
Western.
They might be able to take the last, and they do take the last shot. Sacred with his ult, able to find the last one there.
And we're down to 9-3.
It seems like Florida Tech finally found the adaptation on the last round of the half. Well, 9-3. Have you ever heard of the 9-3 curse?
You've spoken it
Switching
before. I think I get the gist.
It's based off of an old, I can't remember exactly where or when, but there was an old team that anytime the scoreboard was 9-3, they would always lose. And it was sad to watch sometimes, but it's gone down history. It might have been Cloud9. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look into that. But pretty much at 9-3 is an old curse that you always lose if you're up 6. So Florida Tech's gonna be praying for that, because remember this, Stony Brook's already up a mad point. This could be it for Florida Tech.
It is not looking good for them.
And mind you, this is the playoff games, and this is single elimination brackets. This game alone could decide their fate.
Florida Tech putting more people on A. That's Nate and Sacred, both very good players.
And that drone's gonna find no one over by sewers there. As Viper's gonna push up behind his wall, and they're not gonna notice he's gonna get behind him. But they are gonna notice. Never mind. Velocity able to take out that kill.
Blinding.
Yep, Gia's going around the top, noticing that his
Spike
Florida
planted.
Tech is fully pushed C.
Got one.
Komodo's trying to hold down the bottom flank. Good use of his character. But yeah, Florida Tech's getting ahead.
Die.
They're able to find another one towards mid. So far, it's ball is
Again,
around.
When Florida Tech's on the attack, they
One
have the
enemy
advantage.
remaining.
And there's one left, and John Frank is gonna find one. It's find 2,
Ooh,
but 3v1 still.
it's not good, but John Frank is a very skilled player. He
And
could
with that,
pull it off.
That'll be out of time.
Yep.
John
Not
Frank
enough time.
gonna have to maybe see out the round.
And he's
Foster's
shot down.
gonna take it just for the kill. Are they gonna be able to escape in time? Ah, no.
Florida Tech now with the gun advantage is the economy advantage.
And looking a lot more promising on this attacking side. Hope they're gonna have to do what Stony Brook did to them, but Stony Brook here with a bit more of a defensive calm, having that Omen and Killjoy. They have these options to play with. But they're leaving A open. They're doing the same. Why are they doing the same thing that they just lost to? Or were winning against?
Revealing areas.
Leaving just Sova alone. I mean, it's their pistol round. They want to play together. I get that.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they're rotating over. They're gonna go fight site.
Yeah, I think they had that spread out to just, see where they were pushing. The moment they saw that they were going for A, they all switched over.
Also, pistol round again. Play those numbers. Make up for your lack of quality of fire for your quantity of fire. And they think Florida Tech's rotated off because they had no one C. They had no one looking garage or C.
Oh, and their entire team went C. Ooh.
Florida Tech they're
Leaving
playing.
only Gia around the top. Gia's trying to get around.
Florida Tech rewarded for playing patient.
It's not often their strategy. Gia's on the top, trying to get some value or some info on where the Florida Tech is. I don't think she got much though.
And now Florida Tech, you're able to, now it's their turn to hold this choke point. You're going to see just how hard it is to actually push through it.
And
Again, look at that breach. A single piece of utility from breach pushes the entire attack back.
and this is what they want. They want these big battles. That's
GA
Stony's forcing to take, and they are absolutely crushing it. We could see a flawless here. Very close. Very close.
A little bit of ego,
And
but
Detroit with the kill and sacred.
If you're not being shot at, you're doing something wrong.
there we go, Florida Tech. That's what you need to do.
3-win victory, or 2.
And now Stony
They've
Brook,
got a
though,
3-1 victory so far.
yeah, Stony Brook, they know about the pains of A, and they also know about the pains of C a little bit. It seems they're going to be spreading for mostly, yeah, because Elo is going to run back over towards A. They're not going to have anyone towards B. They know they can retake it. B, very hard to hold as an offensive player. And they're just going to fight out this A main because they can't afford to lose A.
Learning from their mistake last time, they've devoted a lot of players to A. Gia, Frank, and Elo are all guarding them. Very, very prominent players on their team.
I got the spike.
Blinding.
They seem to be rotating over to C.
And Stony Brook are going to try and flank. See if they get hit by the Cypher trip. No spite at all. And Satanic aware that there is an opportunity for it. He's got to get taken out, though.
Ooh. Not good. Vortec is completely surrounded there in that hallway.
And now with the, I believe they have the gun disadvantage slightly coming to this round because it's their bonus round. They're going to want to find any sort of kill or any sort of bonus for the economy, maybe.
But so far they're at a people disadvantage.
They're
Gonna try to rush him to C. Can they get value though? No. Andrew with the 2 kills.
That is
not looking
what
good.
is happening on Pandane's screen. He can't see anything. And he's gonna caught out. He's gonna be able to find one though.
Ooh, not good. Almost flawless for.
I'm out of here.
And Stony Brook gonna take another round up, still up 5. This is recoverable for Florida Tech, but it's not looking pretty. And I do have a quick side note about especially Neon. That's one of my little things I don't like about this game. Whenever you get hit, you lose all momentum. When you're running, no matter what ability you have or however you're moving, you lose all momentum when you get hit. And you just stop running. Which, to me, I get it. You get shot in the leg, you should stop. But if you get shot in the arm, why do your legs stop working?
Especially that really hurts those fast momentum characters.
Go, go, go.
And we saw their Sacred got hit through the while he was in the smoke still, and just stopped moving at all. Florida Tech already down a little bit here.
Point down 2. Not looking good.
Now it's going to be up to these 3 here to pick it up. As Stony is going to stack towards this A site, have someone over on B and leaving C with Killjoy's
Stony
utility.
Brook learned their lesson well and holding hard on A.
Well, to be fair, they can afford to not really go to C because again, C is relatively easy to retake, and Killjoy's utility is extremely strong at just holding at angles and holding it down.
And also, Stony Brook knows they don't need to be overly offensive or aggressive because they have the point advantage.
And there we go. They're just systematic destruction. And Makila and Elo just playing together, playing peaks.
5-11.
Can't look at them both at the same time.
This is not looking good for Florida Tech. Unless they can really lock in these next few rounds, it is going to be a clean victory from Stony Brook.
Maybe we should get Stella back on the mic and see what happens there. And now Florida Tech are going to try and find some adaptations with the pistol. A bit of a force buy for them. Pistols and Bulldogs. They're going to play together and they're going to try and just, again, make up for lack of quality of firepower with quantity. But it's over for Stony Brook. Is going to see that A-Long is completely open. They know that they don't have to hold A anymore. They can stack these B and C sites. And Florida Tech here kind of just waiting, hoping for Stony Brook to push up. But here we see
walking right into that trap.
Here we see a fundamental difference, though, between the two teams. Stony Brook playing around, trying to get to sites quick and hold the sites. But they don't push up. They don't leave those site boundaries. Versus Florida Tech, they're a very aggressive team. They like to play surrounds. They like to play their full team pushes and retakes. And right now, it seems like Stony Brook's advantage here is that they can perfectly counter Florida Tech's exact play style.
Spike down.
Where
in most play styles, they will, one can sometimes get advantage over the other. These are very opposite styles of play style. And depending on the map, it can give
30 seconds
clear
left.
advantages to one or the other.
I have retrieved the
Moto left
spike.
alive in the 1v3. Over on B, that we were talking about something else at the moment, but they're just a nasty bunch of utility and Elo sliding in. And John Frank's gonna take out Komodo.
Ooh, match point already.
Point.
And Flortech only at 5. And they're gonna take a timeout, which they need. Flortech, they were hoping this would be one of their better maps because this is historically been, but we'll see if they can change it around after the half.
That'll be a 8 streak. That'll be a Florida Tech record if they manage to pull this off.
We'll see you guys shortly. And welcome back to what could possibly be the final point of this matchup. Florida Tech down 8 right now. Oh, sorry, down 7, needing needing 10 actually in order to bring it back because they need to win by 2. And to be fair, Florida Tech, their record right now is 8 wins in a row, but that was on Lotus against a different team that they had a much better matchup on. And right now, they're already being pushed. Stony Brook, they know that they can afford to lose a round or 2 here. They're already up enough with a completely different playstyle, playing aggressive, pushing in.
And Florida Tech is down on morale too, I'm sure. After loss after loss.
And Fawcett trading out for John Franksel is going to find him.
Ooh. But maybe this is the comeback they needed, but it's now down to 2v2.
All up to Fawcett and Komodo.
Last player standing.
But it's just up to Fawcett now. 2v1.
And this is not looking good. 2 different angles is not best.
And Gia is going to find him looking the wrong way.
What a game. What a game.
And that will be it for Florida Tech. And with that, Florida Tech's going to be kicked out of the playoffs.
That's a shame.
It's what a way to go out. I mean, 5-13. You hate to see it, but it's just what happens. And well played to Stony Brook. You earned that.
Yeah.
That first match, very back and forth, very hard fought. That second match, just a lot of. I mean, look at this. Everybody on except for Emma Keel on Stony Brook had over 15 kills. Actually, that's ridiculous.
That is quite the matchup. What do you think the teams could have done better?
I think overall, Florida Tech just needed to hold A more. Needed to stop playing kind of so. I don't want to say aggressive, but they needed to be able to actually hold their sites. The retakes didn't work because they just let them take A. And then on the defensive side, Florida Tech needed to improve on. I'd say mostly just preventing Stony Brook from getting individual kills.
I think they definitely need to stop looking so much for that big team battle, because what they would do is retreat from A and allow their team to regroup there. But it's such a hard retake that if they just focused a bit more on those individual kills, taking the mountain down slowly, not one big push, they would have done a lot better.
And with that, we'll be tuning out for Valorant for quite a while, I imagine, because that'll say it for the playoffs for Florida Tech Crimson. And we'll hopefully see you guys for more streams next week. But we'll see you guys around.